I feel like a lot of people that are all these oil companies thing is for the elites.
For the elites.
Yes, for the elites because even if I have, let's assume I finish with first class from uni, I'm not sure I'll be able to walk into some spaces. Not because of course I'm good. I wrote my background by myself, but because if I go, there's already a what was the one? There's already a bias against me. Who did you come with? Nobody. I
They,
came with my legs.
they said if you're not from a rich home or you are
Or you don't know someone
or
that
you
is
don't
rich.
life is already playing you 2-1,
Is
like
see
2-0.
already
Life is
four
already
one. You're already losing 4-1.
life is
Yeah.
already playing you, so it's not for you to like look for how
Ha.
to level up.
That's why people can't be doing all these oil companies now. Those ones are for, especially in this current Nigerian system, like you said, as people are living, they already have their
They
replacement.
already
Oh my
have
picking,
their
oh my picking, they
yeah.
come, oh my person.
Hello, people, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. How have you been? It's your girl Mbouty, and thank you so much. First of all, I want to thank you guys for always coming through, for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for those comments. Trust me, I go through all of them one after the other, and I'm always sometimes it's always very funny, and I like them. Please keep them coming. Thank you so much for always joining us. And today's episode, I have with me an amazing guest. Let me start with let me I don't know if I should give you a clue on this kind of just hold on. I'm just going to tell you who this person is. But first, I'm with a lawyer, a journalist, like football, because that's like more like a passion for him. So he's one and only Kurotams, face of reputable brand. I want you with a celebrity actually. Please, drum roll. Hello, Kurotams. Thank you for coming.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine.
Thank
The pleasure is
you. The
mine.
tight schedule and everything. You
Not be
just had to
small.
squeeze out time to be here. I
Not be
really
small.
appreciate that. Thank you.
I really appreciate too.
Aw. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. I mean, Kuru is a lawyer. Kuru went to school, okay. So you get, and then he's doing football journalist. I mean, like I saw their page, their brand. I'm like, whoa, these young men are really doing something. So now it makes me wonder. Right from time, was that what did you envisage this stage, like you having to do football journalism, talking about football, traveling for football, going to places for football when you were younger? Like you did not start from the scratch. Do you play ball?
Yes, of course I do.
You play very well.
I I bad die. I good die for ball.
So basically, are you a striker, defender, midfielder?
I'm what
You
it.
see, I know.
You're
You see,
trying
I
to tell me
know.
that you are trying,
I'm
but you never
trying.
reach. But you never reach.
What else do you want? Kilofe?
No, see, if there's something they call utility player, that's what I'm in football. I play everywhere. Aside defense, I like the glory in football. So I'm either in midfield or attack. I like being in the happening stages of football. So you will never see me in defense, but I can play midfield for you. I can strike for you. I can play on the wings for you. If you want me to be the coach of the team, I can do that for you.
So while growing up, did you want to be a lawyer or a footballer?
Okay. Funny story. I wanted to be a footballer. I think it's like the dream of every almost every guy. You understand?
Okay.
I saw myself playing football a lot. I used to play street football and everything, but as I was, I think that was like SS2, SS3. That was when I started nurturing my academic sense, if there's anything
Okay.
like that. So I moved into art, of course, in SS1. That's when you move to art. So I
Yes,
moved to
yes.
art and then SS2 and SS3. Let me not brag, but I was good in sciences, but
Forget
I
it.
just no for
That's
it.
what I
See, if you
say.
ask my school, I went to Cab. I represent my school in Cab Mass competition.
Uh-uh.
I did spelling bee for the school.
Uh-uh.
See, let me not even brag about that. So, um, of course, I wanted to be a lawyer, but I was even before I studied law.
Okay.
I was always doing radio sportscasting in, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the radio stations, but in
Mm.
Port then I used to do it was freelancing of course, but I was like a member of the gang, Nigerian Info, also and Cool FM. I used to do, and I was finding it interesting that even before I entered uni. So when I now entered university, of course, I was doing my law thing and everything. As at 200 level, I just need that more. This
This is not
law,
my part.
no, it's not like it's not my part, but I can't
Okay.
just do law full time. And not to brag, not to be too excitable, I found myself deriving more happiness in football journalism and like just talking football, arguing football, presenting football on like in an
Okay.
analytical sense, not just street. Hey man, you better blah, 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 like talking it properly, bringing in stats, fact, and everything. So I was like, I'm really good at this thing. And I was like, nah, I can't just allow this away. So I followed it up. I was pushing everywhere and everywhere. So I think 300 was my big break when I now started doing proper football journalism where you used to come cover some MPFL games and all that. So I used to do it for free. See, when I was in radio, I used to spend my money. You understand? But it's what I like doing. You understand? And then it was giving me kind of popularity then in school.
Yeah.
Then internal level, I joined the campus radio station because I via the guy that was in charge, he messaged me on Facebook.
Okay.
Was like, we are seeing what you're doing, blah blah blah. He wants me to join the school radio. I was like,
Why
all good
not?
and fine. And then it was giving me this light somehow in school. Whenever I come from home on Mondays, people will be like, Crow, we did hear you for Nigerian food. I could be like, okay,
Please.
okay,
Of course,
okay, okay,
gunshots.
okay. So I was really enjoying all that, and then I said, no, I must do this. And then after, in like 300 level, my academics started dropping,
Drop you because you're not
dropping
doing enough
drastically because
football.
of I was not really serious to going to school. I was always radio this, support this one, this, go to here, go to here, go to here. So that's how that dream was. And I tried with my academics because it's not that I was that bad, but I finished with a 3.43 CGP.
Hmm.
But in some level, I was very, very strong. But I just felt like, nah, this football journalism thing is what to give me that exposure. So, and then when I even went out law school, I was contemplating going to law school because I was like, this thing is already what I'm doing. Should I? But I just have to finish what I started. So, to cut you long story short, I got called to bar this year in March.
Oh, nice. So
And
was it for you? Did you get that law certificate for yourself or
yes,
for your parents?
no,
Your dad did not say, Kuru, you need to be a
no,
lawyer.
no. I'm not going to lie. My parents, not that they forced me to study law, but they, they opened the path for me. They were like, why not? Why not? They didn't force me, of course, but they were like, I think you should be more serious with your life. Help
Okay.
yourself. Be
Okay.
the lawyer in the family. And I was like, okay. And then I think I was gradually getting interest in the law. And then even till now, I'm happy that I did that because in as much as I don't use the law degree as much, but once because of the people and my circle and my at least my audience, there's sometimes one or two legal briefs
I have
that come
some.
up.
I have some. Maybe I'm going to involve you and
No
you
problem.
do
If you
this.
can pay for consultation first, then we'll talk about that.
Really?
Yes, now.
That's really interesting. You know, back then our parents prefer us having a professional course. Like,
Yes.
you have to be a doctor, you have to be an engineer, you need to be. So now is that, are they seeing the light? Like, oh, I think these kids are doing better in what they feel like doing. You see people now being influencers. You see
Yeah.
like a very pretty person coming up from school and like dumping the certificate and going need to tap 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 tap.
See, funny story. This was even my story because when I was in 300, 400 level, my parents, okay, not my parents, is my dad especially, he was not really in support of my. Sometimes when I go to play ball or talk football on radio, he will not really support it. But there was a time I feel they just got immune with me because all the talk, it was entering here and coming out here. I'll play football, I'll talk football, I'll argue football, I'll present football, I'll do TV, do radio. So at the point they couldn't talk to me again. So I think many parents are now seeing the light and then now they support me. When I went for AFCON, they didn't believe. They were like,
Wow.
and
Our
then
son is blown.
not to brag, I was people were seeing me on TV. So my parents were now, yeah, that's my son, that's my son, that kind of thing they hear. So that many parents have come to that light that okay, in as much as yes, academics is good, academics is everything, but if you've seen that your child is going this way, it's not like going this way in an illegal or bad sense, but
Okay.
let's assume he likes to do something and it's not illegal. If you've tried once, you've tried 2 years, 3 years to correct the child, and then the child is still going there,
Seems
and
to
then
be stubborn.
he's making
Make
progress.
you
It's
wait,
just
yeah.
to support him because many parents now have not come to that sense that more. Last, even if you want to be a professional, even if you want to have a professional career, at the end, the backlight for everything is money. You
Yes,
understand? So,
yes.
even if you want to be a lawyer, you have to be a lawyer that can bring money or that earns money. So if you are making money somewhat and it's not your professional career, but you're doing it in, let's say, content creation, or
Okay.
you're advertising for brands, your parents will like it now because I mean you're doing it for
But
yourself.
to them, maybe our parents are beginning to see the light because
I think so.
typical African parents, like the ones, not this our generation, no, our
Hmm.
parents' generation,
Yes.
they won't find it funny. Like why did they send you to school? Better you should stay
Well,
back at home and then
well, that's
get your
true.
phone and start doing
That's
tap
true.
tap TikTok. So maybe because they are now seeing the money part. You understand? You now see that okay, this my child as a content creator is not making money. Like, it's even better than this boy that I know that finished law,
Mm.
that is a doctor. So a doctor will come and be like, I'm being paid 150, 200, whereas your influencer child is getting like millions in a month. So they'll be like, oh, since the money is coming, but they like this professional.
Prestige.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So do you think them in their own era they did better than us? You see, back then you see
Hmm.
them, it's very easy for them to get into jobs like Shell,
True.
NNPC,
True. True.
and like now our generation we're not even chasing all those ones like that. It's not like if they give it to you, not take o.
Yeah.
But someone would prefer to be an influencer, let's say for instance, and get money. You know, by the time you influence for this brand, you go on TikTok will pay you, you're getting millions. If you calculate accumulated money, is bigger than someone that is probably working. Is that true? That's what I think. Oh, but
Hmm.
could that be possible?
Yeah. Well, I'll start from the last part. It's not everybody that gets money from influencing. I think it's until you've gotten to a particular stage, you understand, that you start getting money from, let's say, brands and everything. But I think rephrasing back to your main question, I don't really know. In my opinion, I think that they benefited more than us because both economic wise, financially. I don't think then, our parents love to say, in our days things are not like this. In our days there was no this. We start. They
So
always trying to say,
okay,
like, in their own days they did better with little means, and you now you're having so many means and then you're not doing anything. I feel like what's the advantage for them is the fact that then there was a lot of emphasis on academic progress. So, in as much as you're coming out from school or you're doing anything, but the society would always want to judge you or fine tune you with how good you
yeah,
are in, let's say, academics.
yeah.
So, you may be
That's how
doing,
responsible you are.
yes,
That's
so
just
you
how
may be
responsible.
doing well as a farmer, for instance, but if you have a senior brother that is a doctor, even if the farmer, the waiting the farm, you're getting things, but the fact that in the family there is a lawyer or there's a doctor, whenever there's a family meeting, you know
It's as if you're the one
you
that is not
understand there is
carrying the
this.
name of the family very
Exactly.
well.
Unlike now that you may be a lawyer and then the last born is just he just had 2 or 3 gigs, but he don't make them. You understand? So I
Yeah.
feel then in their generation they were better because, and then you can't even compare the economic strength of the country then and now.
So are you trying to say that they had more opportunities?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did because, let's say, in our parents' generation, I'll use my field of study for instance. For the past 10 years, in fact, this year alone, law school release up to like 4,000 graduates or so. Every year they keep on rolling out 5,000, 4,000, 5,000 lawyers into the system that's already choked.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in their generation, I think the first law school was just like 10 or 20. So
Okay.
there's a lot of there's fewer workforce, and
Yes. More.
there's a lot of
Yes.
jobs available for people, the limited people. Unlike now that there are jobs, but there's like 4,000 people for 1,000 jobs.
The labor
Meanwhile,
force is
in their
higher.
time it could be like 1,000 job opportunities, but only 20 persons are qualified. So they will even be looking for you, be like, we need you, we need you. My father's brother, which is my uncle, by the way. He was working in, I think it was one of these companies, Air for Chef. I can't really know, but he was then. Oh, he had the Toyota waiting. That Toyota then was like G-Wagon now. And
Okay.
then they were giving him, aside the salary, they were giving him like
Allowances,
allowances,
heavy,
products. This one, they'll give him bag of soap, they'll give him this,
heavy
they'll give.
allowances
See, if you go to his
actually.
house, a lot of things that he's not using.
Oh,
The toilet roll, toiletries, tissue, bag of,
they
because
just give it
they
to
are not
you.
much. So you were good, come and just
But they
take.
still give
Unlike
them
now,
now.
no, now there are a lot of people that are
Looking out for the job.
exactly, and there are a lot of qualified persons. Everybody now is smart. The least person in an oil company is
Very smart.
very very smart. Unlike then, maybe in the company there may be two or three very very high ones, and then maybe the rest are like four or five. But now in each company, in every department, you're having very smart people. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of competition now. There's a lot of publicity. There's a lot of awareness right now. So I mean,
As
their
it
period was
stands
easier.
now, I think BS is almost like, I don't know if I should join the league of people saying BS is now almost like the is now classified as what's it called, YX
You may
certificate,
be right.
because now some people are upgrading, getting their
Everybody,
masters,
every
2 masters, 3 masters, PhD.
PhD,
So now even in that oil company space, you now with your BSc,
BSc, you're like,
like maybe they'll give you like cleaner.
they will even give you maybe driver or something with your
Yes,
BSc
yes.
and 4 point something CGPA.
I'm telling you, so because people are
Ha.
getting higher qualifications, trying to upgrade, trying so much to like get some professional courses, trying to like create more space and gain more knowledge for them to upgrade and get higher chances.
See, when I was in law
getting
school, now
job.
you've brought on up. When I was in law school, while I was doing my, I think law school was you're getting your BL. University, I got my LLB. Then in law school, I got my BL. While I was in law school, my mates, they were doing ICMC, AIRC. These are other
Other professional courses.
professional courses like arbitration,
Yeah.
reconciliation, and mediation, and all these things. This was while we were in law school, the 1 year space. While I was putting on my effort in just
Just
getting
trying
my
to get-
degree, people were getting 3, 4. So when they now graduate, you see Victor, Esquire, BL, LLB, MSc, DDD, ARC, blah, 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 one person.
It's like
Now you want to go and compete with that person? How?
even in the workspace, I think they would probably want to take this person first because
Yes,
they're like,
now.
this person has more professional
Of
courses
course.
and professional knowledge.
If you have more professional degrees than me, and then where we are working, we need someone that is more detailed into that field. Of course,
Yes.
they'll pick you over me.
Obviously. So now but I think our generation has more opportunities in the sense that we are more exposed to technology than our parents' generation.
Well, the future generation will be more exposed to technology. And
Yes.
that's-
So now let's put it on a very, very stable space to compare.
Mhm.
We are more exposed to technology than our parents. Our parents were not as exposed to technology as we were.
Well, okay.
So who
Okay.
do you think should do better if everything was
All things being equal.
equilibrium? Yeah. Because I feel then our parents had more job opportunities because there were few workforce.
Mhm.
Like you see them coming out, even with your normal, just small certificate, you just be carrying
Sharp.
like if
Sharp.
you're having one high rank, even in the BS company,
Mhm.
like unlike now, like you need to like even PhD self.
PhD self now.
As
They
in
look
PhD
you
self.
with your PhD. They say, "Well, we'll get back to you. We'll get back
Let's
to
see
you."
how it goes. Let's grace your own grace. Let's leave the grace factor here.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the normal this thing. So who do you think would have done better? Because our parents would be like, if I had the opportunities
Yes, they
you had, I
always
would
say
have
so,
done
eh.
this. I would
You know-
okay, back then my dad then he was like, there was a time his company had to like send him out to, I think, which country is that, for them to go and upgrade, gain more knowledge for
the-
training. How many companies, like even the
I
oil
was telling
companies
someone this yesterday. Like, how many companies right now will send their staff overseas?
California, I think California or something.
California.
Like, US. Yes. for
14
real.
hours flight from Nigeria.
Like for then, like how many years back? Like okay, this one, I think this one they must have looked like this one has the
Potential.
tendency, the potential of doing better if we should, train this person. The person has small brain. Let's see how we can,
Help
train
him.
you, help him to bring back that knowledge home to help us as well.
Yeah.
So But now, how many people do people really do that? Or we're not the ones seeing? Because now, let's say we are limited to what we can see, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like to some extent, we are limited to what we can see.
Yeah.
So are they really doing that? Or like obviously our parents had more opportunities, better opportunities. I'm like, Daddy, how did you go there and then you came back? No, I'm not coming back. You cannot see me back.
See, the reason why people won't be getting those kind of opportunities is very clear. The level of competition right now, like you said, your dad may have been the best out of 10 or best out of 7. You understand? But right now, people with times 3 of his qualifications are the least ranked in the office. This is not capping.
Yeah, I think no job
See, the
again.
competition is too much. So even with your highest, I know many people that finish law school with me with 2-1 and they're still looking for jobs
Of
because
course.
because there are a lot. People are good. Even with your first class, you have to be exceptionally good on the go. Like you have to be firing with your first class. If not, person with even 2-1 go feel even not up you. You
Even
understand?
to yeah, sure.
So you have that's why I feel, back then was way better because in as much as yes, it's not our fault that of course everybody is now technologically inclined, everybody is now aware, the awareness is so much and everything. It's not our fault of because I feel as the years go by, things will get better. But still, all things being equal, they were better than us. And then that's why I feel like whenever they have this excuse, it's valid. Whenever they say, in our time, I used to read with candle, I used to read with this, I never had this. And it's true. Because then they were
Obviously, there were no
obviously
lights,
all
no
these
LED lights that we have now.
yes, but
Even
still with that, they still achieve what they were able to do. Now you could imagine if they, although one could also say that if you're exposed to so much comfort, you may not be that motivated to now do that extra. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But I feel they were better, and I don't think generations to come would even do better than us because of people will get more aware. My kids will always be better than me because by then I'm sure iPhone
Yeah,
42 must be out,
iPhone 50.
iPhone 50 must be out, and then everybody, I'm sure cars will be flying by then. So everything,
The cars will be flying
no,
by then.
no, because
Obviously, yes,
see,
yes, we're almost there. I
everything
think
is
it's
moving fast.
happening. I think it's even
It's
happening.
already
Yes, it's
happening.
happening in Japan
People are
too.
doing on there's a lot people are doing skyscrapers on the ground, so the world is moving very very fast. If you're sleeping,
Fast.
you're dulling. So of course the next generation will be exposed to more things than us, which is not is no fault of theirs because inflation will be on the rise and everything. But it's now what you do with what you have.
Okay, so now my question is this
Yeah,
again. Like I'm just thinking. Now we're trying to say someone even with the best degree, like a
yeah,
first class student, you see them still looking for jobs because there are no jobs. There are no
yeah.
jobs opportunity out there, even with the best brains. Yeah, we know that school environment is different from
The real life work
the real
environment. Yeah,
life, yes. So with you might be studying, and then when they bring practical something for you to hop on, you're like, you now be thinking where X is and where in school we are really scratching everything, and then you're getting. So now is that what's actually making people to go into other jobs, like content creating? You see people like, let me just sit down in my room, tap tap tap. Oh, please follow me, like for like. Let's go, guys. So, do you think that's actually what's making people, pushing people into this, or they're doing it with the trend, or doing it for the passion?
I think is most of it has to do with passion because there are a lot of people I know that are into fields that are not what they studied in school. All my friends back then in radio, if I knew 100 of them in radio, only 5 studied mass communication and maybe linguistics.
Okay.
The rest, the very good ones, were biochemistry, what is sorry, marine science,
Yeah. Even yeah.
law, biology.
Yes.
This is not scapping though.
This
Like
you're
people were
sure.
the people in the media space were people that are mostly
Not so
media
doing
related
well.
at all in
Yeah.
school. There were all these maybe fishery, accounting, management,
Mm,
education studies, but because of and that's why I feel like in a place of all things being equal, someone that has this passion for something and he follows it through would always get it over someone that is just okay. I'm here. I feel I'll get it because you're knowing where you're coming from. You understand? So that's why I feel like nowadays when people are doing stuff that they are not really related to, it's out
okay.
of passion. You understand? It can't be. What are the other options again you gave?
Like, could it be for passion, trend, or
It can't be trend now. It
or
can't be.
everybody's trying to be a content creator. By the time you think of the money TikTok is paying them, or any other app, or any
Well,
other this and this, you're like, it's not me sitting down in one office. I
typing
rather
computer.
I rather just do this in the comfort of my space, like my room, my like. So what do you think? And then with my first, like, oh, my first class, what does it get to me? Like, I'm just going to stand up in the morning,
Yeah, I think that comes
doing
second.
this
I think the fact that with your degree maybe you must have checked around 2 3 months 1 year there are no available
jobs.
jobs for you, or maybe the ones you are interested in they're not interested in you, and the ones that are interested in you don't really like them based on maybe work environment and stress and everything. But I feel it's more of passion. I'm talking from my own
Okay.
perspective because the kind of people I've come in contact with are people that I mostly knew how they started. You understand? And they started out for passion for this. You spend a lot of your own personal money to get to where you are before you now start making it. You understand? So
Okay.
I just feel it's mostly passion. It may be different in other fields. You
Definitely.
understand? But like for me that is into football journalism, for instance, you cannot be into football journalism and you don't have the passion for it. It's not possible. You
Hmm.
cannot make it as a football journalist, whether it's mainstream or radio or terrestrial TV or media or anything or photojournalism. You cannot be successful to an extent without having that passion for it, because you must have covered a lot of events. You must have bought camera when nobody knew you. You must have
Uh,
been buying things, helping yourself, studying, watching YouTube videos on how to get better when
wow.
nobody knew you, to get to this level that's now okay. Brands are now seeing that okay, this guy has the let's feature him. So it has to stem from passion. You
Hmm.
understand?
But that's for you actually, because I
Yeah.
feel 80% of Nigerian youths are not on TikTok because of passion. I don't
If it's
I'm not
TikTok, it
so
has
sure
to be
about the
trends.
figure.
If it's TikTok, it has to be trends, of course.
I'm not leave TikTok, Instagram, like all these social apps in general. I'm trying to generalize because TikTok is like the most common one where you hear tap tap, like
Mm.
for like, follow for follow, all of that. So I feel it's not out of passion, it's a situation of things currently in the country. One, and then there are no jobs. Like you see people they are trying to make ends meet. And then the pressure again is not even it's not my
No be
it's
choice.
getting worse. Pressure is getting worse. So I feel that's what's making most of them do all of that.
Well,
Actually, to some
well,
extent, I might be
well.
wrong, but I think that's what I feel.
Well, you have a point because as far trends, if it's social media, I feel like it's mostly because of trends. When maybe something is trending and then you want to hop on it and then it's now giving you audience or exposure, you'd be like,
Why not?
So we have been there since. Let me follow in this, and that's how many. Funny enough, that's how many content creators started. You
And then
understand?
some of them are actually going to. It's not like most of them. Some of them are not going to school. They are going to school. And once they are done, they drop the certificate for their parents
Yes.
and
Now,
go back to
what do you want the
the.
certificate to do? If what you're doing is already you're already making it. I mean, what's the logical sense? It's
But
just to
don't you think
continue.
all of this is blinding our generation from seeing other
Oh
opportunities,
my
like all
god.
these oil company opportunities? No, that's what our parents used to brag with then. Like, let my son finish so my
But
son can
people
move
are
to
still
oil
working in the
company.
oil companies still now.
So, but there are few now. Like, I'm not saying there are few.
Well,
There are people there.
uh-huh.
There are so many people out there. But like you said, it's not going to reach everybody. It's limited.
Well, uh-huh.
Most times you barely hear the advert. Unlike
They
then
don't
that
used to do that.
you
No,
will
they
see
don't do advert.
I think you still see newspaper, but it's not like then that you
Yes.
always see job opportunity in NNPC,
Yeah,
clinical,
and
all
that
of
was my
that.
point because back then the workspace was enough to
Accommodate
accommodate
them.
the let's say NNPC may have like a space for 1,000 persons, and then in a year the particular field they're looking for are reeling out 500. Of course, they'll advertise because now there's enough, so they're looking for people. Unlike now, they have 1,000 space, and then only one university will be bringing out 500,
I'm telling
and then
you,
there are like some states have 4 universities.
huh.
So what
Private
what am I
universities
advertising
like
for? Private
everywhere.
universities too are
Leave
now
your
in every
planet.
state. So why should I advertise?
And even people that their parents were there who want to bring in their children by the
That
time they
is,
are
I
leaving.
was about to even go there.
So
Not just even parents. Like people are now getting all these things based on connections and all these things. So you
connections.
can't really blame people for not for now neglecting, because I always use my field as, for instance, I have friends that are lawyers that finish with first class. I didn't. I finished with two by the way from law school. So I
Okay.
have friends that finished with first class, and then they just went straight into the legal practice, the practice of the
Maybe
law.
your father or your mother have a chamber already or something.
Most of them are. I was opportune to. I went to a law school in Abuja, so most of my friends were rich kids.
Ah, Abuja is rich for rich
Rich
kids
kid.
now.
No, not be. We are. Me, I be trenchy speaking. I came from the streets.
Which streets?
No, no, no good there. Oh. My friends and me, we are not on the same level. They were they were way ahead of me. You understand? For when it comes to, you understand. So they
Okay.
were ahead of me, and then now I know the fact that they are benefiting more because most of them their parents may have paved the way for them, or their relatives, or maybe they have one uncle and everything, which I am
You're
very
not
very happy with.
fortunate.
You understand? And I didn't get to that. So me
Okay.
now we the street guy. I have to look for my
Like
own.
triple your hustle for
You
you to
understand? I
actually
have to
get
even fight
together.
put my hustle. You understand? So
Five foot.
yeah, I have to fight for my
What
hustle. So
is
that's why
that?
I feel like a lot of people that are all these oil companies thing is for the elites.
For the elites.
Yes, for the elites because even if let's assume I finish with first class from uni, I'm not sure I'll be able to walk into some spaces. Not because of course I'm good. I wrote my background by myself, but because if I go, there's already a what was the one? There's already a bias against me. Who did you come with? Nobody. I
They,
came with my legs.
they said if you're not from a rich home or you are
Or you don't know someone
or
that
you
is
don't or,
rich.
life is already playing you 2-1,
Is
like
see
2-0.
already
Life is
four
already
one. You're already losing 4-1.
life
Yeah.
is already playing you, so it's not for you to like look for how
Ha.
to level up.
That's why people can't be doing all these oil companies. Now. Those ones are for, especially in this current Nigerian system, like you said, as people are living, they already have their
They
replacement.
already
Oh, my
have
picking,
their,
oh, my picking, they
yeah.
come, oh, my person. So we that our parents are not even there. How do we now struggle and choke our head there? So we have to do our thing and do
And
and
do
do
what
what
you
we're
just have
doing
to do.
and do what we sabi do. You understand? So that's just it.
All right, people. Hope you enjoyed our conversation because I did. Like, totally. It was so interesting listening to and having this beautiful conversation with one and only Kurotams. Okay, so as we always do it, please subscribe if you've not subscribed yet. Turn on your notification. Follow us on all socials at Mundi Studio and anticipate because we always release Bear the Truth podcast every Tuesday by 4 p.m. Don't forget to share with your friends and leave that comment coming. I love those comments. Thank you. Till next time we see. Stay jiggy. Bye.